Guys, welcome to Black Scout Survival Late Night Live. So we've been trying to keep you up to date on as information comes forward on Charlie Kirk. And, obviously he was assassinated in broad daylight yesterday. And the man who pulled the trigger is still out there. While the media is busy playing cover games, new evidence is dropping. Okay, we got surveillance photos, video footage. Something very alarming, too, is we have military men celebrating his death. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about the history of foreign and domestic enemies labeling Charlie Kirk as a target. Tonight, we're going to break it all down, tactical, political, cultural, without the bullshit. Okay, so let's get into it. FBI has released new surveillance photos. I'm going to pop up on the screen here. The person of interest. He has some type of American eagle on his shirt. He's walking down. I'm going to come back to these photos in a moment. He's got a backpack on. Some people said that he was wearing a latex mask. It could be possible. I don't think so. I don't see any kind of break here. This doesn't look like a mask to me, but who knows? It's hard to tell by those photos. Obviously, the FBI has put out a $100,000 reward. Okay. Now, earlier today, CBS claimed that FBI had ID'd the guy, that they had a suspect. They were going to go investigate. The Bureau has denied that as of an hour or two ago. The translation is they don't have him, and he was able to slip through the cracks. Now, there's been some TMZ obtained security camera footage showing the suspect walking through a neighborhood toward Utah Valley University before the shooting, and then fleeing the same way after, kind of going around the back of the neighborhood. Now, I want you to look at it and tell me what stands out here. Let me put it up full screen. He's got a limp, right? Now, a few things went by in my mind about this. I thought initially when I first saw it that maybe this is afterwards and he hurt himself jumping. Then I'm like, well, maybe he's injured individual. Maybe there he is escaping. Okay. Or he's trying to cover his gait, tactical tradecraft, counter surveillance. Suspects a lot of times will alter gait to throw off witnesses in software, but this could most likely be functioning as concealment. The rifle was a short, 42 to 45 inch probably, and I'm guessing here 30-06. It's not a breakdown gun, and it's got an optic on it. Let's play this some more. And with a barrel about 22 to 24 inch, okay, fixed, no collapsible stock. Now that's hard to hide unless I'm guessing because a lot of people are saying it was down in his pants, but you see his knee is hinging, okay? He's walking ridiculous, but his knee is still hinging. With a optic, a magnified scope, and the rifle, I don't think it was down the full length of his pants, okay? Let me back up and kind of show you what I think he did, okay? What I think he did is I think, and I'm going to walk away from the microphone, so I think he tucked it from the armpit, right? So you're looking at 42 to 40 inches down to maybe the knee, right? Maybe tucked it under there. That way the optic was probably here, and the barrel was right at the knee. So that way he still had a better movement than if he had it like down in his pants, because as you see, the pants are not, extremely baggy. They're not extremely baggy, and we'll post up. So that's what I think. I think the barrel's right there, ending at his knee. This keeps it from printing, I guess, the best way possible, and from swinging. To the untrained eye, it probably looks like just an injury, or something's wrong with his leg or something. But To a trained eye, somebody would pick that up as concealment discipline, right? Now, caught it in the back there. Okay. So again, if we look at his pants, they're not extremely baggy. I had initially thought he had hid the rifle previous, right? Because those are pretty tight pants. Maybe he prepositioned the rifles, what I thought. He had planned this prior to, okay? Now, he's not some Hollywood elite Jason Bourne, but I don't think he was just some random deer hunter either, right? Now, obviously, if he's taking this shot, it would probably be better. Like if I was really going to snipe someone, I'm going to get in close, like inside the building. That way there's no silhouetting and stuff like that. So a real, tier 1 sniper, he's getting inside of a hide, okay? Being on top of a roof and all black. But the thing is that, and a lot of people are saying this, but the problem is he may not have had access inside or not access without being seen. So that's probably why he chose the roof, okay? And he needed a clean line of sight, right? With low foot traffic. You're inside of a building, it could be high foot traffic. Maybe all those office windows or what have you are occupied. This is a school, right? He fired during a distraction moment, masking attention, okay? He obviously was able to conceal this rifle, get it up there, unless he prepositioned. We don't know necessarily. Obviously, by this footage, it could be very well that he carried the rifle with him, okay? The biggest thing, he exfilled through roof to neighborhood, minimizing contact points. So this was, again, highly planned out, okay? Now, he did make some panic level mistakes. He ditched the rifle in the woods, okay? So it gave away the evidence. That's sloppy. We're talking DNA. We're talking prints, fibers, ballistic match, all the evidence trails, who bought the rifle, and so on. That was sloppy, and maybe he was panicking to try to, break as much contact as possible, okay? Tons of evidence trails. Now, the visible lint, whether real or staged, it draws the eye. Bad for blending. It's obviously drawn within the video footage we saw. He had to exfil in broad daylight through crowds after taking a shot. Bold, yes, but risky as hell. He got away, right? But it left footage and timeline to track. Now, the thing is, what they will do is they'll start mapping out that footage. They'll start getting Ring cameras, CCTVs, and essentially leapfrog back to wherever he transitioned to, then pick him up somewhere else, unless he really got into a secluded place and was able to change his look quickly. But then again, you still got the backpack. You need to dump the gear, get rid of it, whatever you have. You're leaving DNA, right? So I think this was a hybrid operation. Competent planning on ingress, the shot. He had competent planning on egress as well. However, he made some amateur mistakes. He was obviously picked up on the ingress on neighborhood camera footage, okay? Mistakes. They'll leapfrog back to where he maybe took a vehicle and then walked in, okay? Now, if you didn't watch my other 2 videos, the last 2, I definitely recommend watching those. We cover some things that you may not know about or maybe questioning, and I'm not going to rehash them out here, but footage from the crowd showed some strange behavior, which I discussed earlier. There was a bearded man here celebrating. And in the video, I'm not going to show the video because he does this as soon. You can't really get the shot the way they cropped it without catching Charlie on impact. And I don't, again, want to show that, right? He was celebrating. He was pumping his fist and cheering, okay? Now, if you, again, like I explained earlier today, know someone just got shot, you heard the rounds, you've seen the impact, right? you would be trying to get out of there, right? Others are filming behind him at that exact moment. Then they, instead of they duck down, stop filming, and start fleeing. He instead starts pumping his fist and cheering. In real life, gunfire triggers panic. What we saw is different. At minimum, it shows there were people there who really hated Kirk enough to cheer in real time. Me personally, like I said earlier, my theory is I think maybe there was some chatter online, maybe one of these secret groups, maybe Roblox or whatever, I mean, whatever they talk on. I don't know what these people talk on, but some kind of secret group where they, one, had distractions. We had civilians out there claiming to be the shooter. They're eating up time with officers, giving this shooter more time to flee. Okay. Now, what's worse, let me show this guy here. This is his account. Matt Tabor has been identified. Apparently, he's deleted his account since he's been exposed as cheering horrible human being. But if that's not worse, man, random civilians celebrating. We also have active duty military, Marine officer. Let me put him up here. Captain Jacoby Williamson. He since deleted his too. He's a recruiter out of Chicago, Marine officer recruiter. Okay. And this was from his recruiting page. Okay. He posted another racist man popped. You see that? Captain Williamson, USMC, after Kirk's death. Now, he's been relieved of duty, as he should. Marines should never act like that. He's looking at facing charges from UCMJ, Articles 92, 88, and 134. You can look those up if you want to. We also have a Navy petty officer. Now, he's Navy. It's like he got a little sugar in his loafers. But he made a celebratory video online, and it looks to be his bathtub. Watch.
Death of Charlie Kirk. You're a bad person. You're going to hell. Man. Fuck Charlie Kirk. The off-ramp to the high road is closed. We are not going to be made to feel bad about y'all bullshit hero that consistently spewed harmful rhetoric, that consistently put people's lives in danger with the bullshit platform that he was given by all of you racist goofies. This has nothing to do with conservative versus liberal. This has nothing to do with Democrat versus Republican. This has nothing to do with the left versus the right, because that's what y'all going to prop it up as. And the alleged suspect is an old white guy. But I bet the mainstream media won't be talking about white-on-white violence. They won't be talking about gun control. They're going to say there was an isolated incident by a lone shooter. And they're going to hold off the identity for as long as they can, and it's going to end up being a white guy. But we're not talking about these dangerous white men. You're celebrating the death.
Need to find out who that guy is, and he needs to face some charges as well. Terrible. This is our military, man. It should never be, spoke upon, regardless of politics or what have you. Someone murdered in front of their wife and children. Terrible, right? But this is how deep the rot goes, man. Men in uniform sworn to defend Americans cheering the assassination of an American civilian. That's not just a bad look. That's proof how far the ideology war has crept inside our own ranks. We discussed what the military would do in going against civilians. I mean, look at these guys. Horrible. Now, the guy who asked the question before the shot, I'm going to play a video. He went on CNN. I want you to hear what he has to say. And notice he's smirking, like he's saying, oh, nobody would want that, but he's kind of like laughing about it.
He pointed to the irony that the point that I was trying to make is how peaceful the left was right before he got shot. And that
how peaceful the left is. Where has this guy been hiding at?
That only makes sense if we stay peaceful. And as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I'm on the record for how much I disagree with Charlie Kirk. But man, dude, he is still a human being. Have we forgotten that?
I mean, laughing. Maybe it's a nervous thing. I don't know.
Are we crazy?
That is him posting on his own social media that they're playing back. I mean, why is he laughing, man? That's not something to be laughing about. I don't know. I mean, anyway, I do also want to talk about other governmental, okay? Because we heard that earlier today, foreign government, but the FBI quickly shut that down after they said it. They're the ones who told us. Charlie Kirk had been officially flagged by Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation months ago. They accused him of spreading pro-Russian narratives, criticizing Zelensky and pushing back against U.S. aid. That's a foreign government putting a digital target on his back. Okay. Now the other thing is that, and you know, I hadn't got any real information about this. This is what I heard. Honestly, it's what I initially suspected, but I wasn't going to just come out and say it yet, man. There's been a recent shift stateside with Charlie Kirk. He is long, and I talked about it the other week. I showed him at the wall with the hat on, with our greatest ally at the wall doing the thing, and I was talking about Charlie Kirk at the wall, right? Being critical of it. He's long had ties to pro-Israel donor circles. It's been said that Turning Point USA has received pro-Israel donations, okay? But in recent weeks, he has become openly critical of them on several issues. Now, according to chatter, he told people close to him that he was afraid. He knew he was stacking enemies, foreign and domestic, okay? So potential tie in there as well. You never know. Maybe this guy is a patsy. We don't know. But this is where we currently stand. Okay. This guy carried a 42 to 44-inch rifle into the campus, fired one shot daylight, and slipped out. He made a kill shot. Okay. So a lot of people saying, oh, amateur. He's an amateur. This guy went in there, executed a mission, whether a foreign government developed it for him, he developed it, he executed a mission, accomplished mission, was able to exfil undetected. Well, video footage, but still yet, you're going to get on video footage. It's 2025. Dude, to try to get away with complete clean, it's impossible, especially in an urban area. FBI has photos, footage, a rifle, and $100,000 reward. No suspect. We have civilians cheering, military men celebrated, right? Foreign government pre-labeled him as an enemy. And I've seen so much chatter last night on comments on my video. No one's cheering about it, dude. I've showed video after video of these sick bastards cheering, okay? And we have Kirk admitting himself to people close to him that he was afraid weeks before. Again, we don't know for fact, but that's what has been the chatter. It was not random. This was deliberate, planned, messy in spots, but still effective. They're not just hunting one man. They're showing all of you that if you speak too loudly, you can be hunted too. And that is the moral of this story. That's what this whole thing is, to strike fear into people to quit talking, right? So stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. I'm Black Scout Survival. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll keep you updated as much as I can. Black Scout out.
2, 3. 4, 2.